What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to do a review on Destruction All-Stars. So people have been asking me to do more reviews in general. I did one on Hitman 3 and actually did relatively well. I used to do more reviews, but I want to break down Destruction All-Stars. This was a game that if you guys have been following, I think, honestly, either of these channels, you would know that I was super excited for going in. I think I saw a lot of potential in this game. I wanted this game to be very, very good. I know I didn't compare it exactly to like a Rocket League kind of thing, but I hoped that it would have some sort of staying power, and I've played it. I played it quite a bit, at least at the time that I'm recording this. I'm sure I will play it much more over the coming days, and I want to talk about it. I want to give my bluntly honest opinion. Now, one of the things that I do think is important with this game is it's free. It's free. You have to have PlayStation Plus. You have to have a PS5, but it is a free game. And as I've said, when it comes to reviews, which, by the way, when I do reviews, I don't give scores. I just say, whether I like it or not, whether you should get it or not. Okay, that's generally how I do it. I don't actually give a score. I don't like rating systems, okay? But it's a free game. And I would say, when you critique free games, you do have to give it, you don't have to. Do whatever you want, right? But obviously, I personally think you should give it a little bit of leeway considering it's a free game. If it was the same package for a $30 game, obviously you would judge it accordingly. If it was a $60 or $70 game, you would judge it based off that. And that's the funny thing with Destruction All-Stars, right? Remember, originally it was supposed to be $70. This was going to be a full price game that would come out launch day on the PS5. Thank the Lord. Truly, I like this game, but thank the Lord that it was not a $70 game and it wasn't day one, because this game would have 0 people playing it. What's kind of sad is, now I'm recording this like day 3 that the game is out. There are not many people, from what I've gathered when I playing this game. Matchmaking is not very good oftentimes. Now, okay, I guess there's parts of this. Number one, it's next to impossible to get into Mayhem or Gridfall, okay, the 2 solo modes. I was waiting for like 25 minutes sometimes to get into these modes. It can take forever. The network can actually crash. So I just think there's not anybody playing those modes. And then my personal favorite, Carnado. And I do like Stockpile. I haven't played all that much. Carnado, I've sunk in probably 95% of the time I play Destruction All-Stars. I played Carnado. Number one, it seems to have the most people playing it. And number two, I think it's just the most fun. But even that, the matchmaking, sometimes I'll be in a group of 2 people. It'll be me and one other person against 8, at least right now. Hopefully they do some sort of reworking with the servers to make the teams even. Countless times, the amount of times that I've gone into that mode being 8 versus 8 is probably like 10% of the overall matches I've played in Carnado. Most times, one of the team is undermanned. It's never even. Normally it's 5v4, or sometimes it'll be like 6v5. Sometimes it's 8v8, but again, you got to get lucky. So what I'm trying to say is, just in that alone, trying to get into the matches is not a pleasant experience, and that does hurt a game. When I play multiplayer games, I'm a single-player guy. I like playing single-player games. So when I play multiplayer games, I want to get in, I want to play, and I want to get out and jump into the next mode. Rocket League does this better, I would say, than most games out there. And I've been playing Rocket League the last couple months, so that's why I compare it to it. Rocket League, you jump in, you get into a match, you play it, 5 minutes, you jump into a new match, and there's a lot of people playing it, but you can constantly get into matches. Destruction All-Stars is not like that, number one. And number two, that sucks because this is week 1. The most amount of people, unless it has some sort of like resurgence like later on, and games have done that in the past. And I honestly hope this game does that, but for the most part, the majority examples, you have the most people playing it the first week or 2, okay? And again, it's a free game. Now, what I will say about the game itself, so the first 4 minutes of this video, I'm sorry, was talking about the experience of getting into the game, but it is a big part, especially for a multiplayer game. It is a big part. The game is fun. It's not as in-depth as I thought it would be, and that pains me to see. I've been seeing a lot of reviews for this game trickle out over the coming, now I'm recording this quite early from when you guys are seeing it, but I've seen quite a few reviews over, the second half of this past week, and none that I've personally seen have been all that positive. Even from PlayStation-specific websites that only cover PlayStation news, they are not liking this game very much. And that sucks to see, and I want to tell you that it doesn't, like, infest itself in my brain where it's like I'm thinking more negative about it. I gotta be bluntly honest when I'm playing this. I enjoy it. I can sink like a solid 2.5 hours into this game, no problem. I could turn on my PlayStation, play, 10, 15 matches and have a desire to keep playing. Like if I end the night, say, okay, when I'm going to bed, if I end the night with a defeat, if I lose the match, I feel like, dang it, I really would like to play one more, but I gotta go. And it's like a situation like that. So I do think there's something there. I think that there is, there's not I don't even know how I'm trying to say it. Like you can constantly, I would say, progress in your skill level in this game. I think, especially like even me giving an example, I think I started absolutely awful, but I will say, or at least I think so, I have gotten much better. I'm starting to notice different ways of handling situations. Hitting cars can be difficult, but like I'm starting to realize, okay, maybe if I do this slightly differently, maybe I can get that. Oh, I'm definitely not good in this vehicle type. Let me just go into this vehicle type. Okay, I've picked out my top 3 to 5 characters. I'm only really going to play as them. Like I'm starting to realize these things, and I am getting better. And I hope that I continue to get better even by the time you guys are watching this. I hope to continue to get better. But there's not a lot there. Now, I got to be honest with you. I have done like 0 customization. I have all of these points that I've earned from leveling up. I've put them into nothing. And I'm not saying like it's not such a big deal that like I'm like, oh, I don't even want to try it. I'm sure that it is. I have seen other people really like the customization. I know there is a decent amount of it, but yet again, I have seen a lot of people say that they're kind of underwhelmed by it. I'm not. And I've said this before, I'm not a customization guy. I'm not a skins guy, right? Like Spider-Man is really one of the only games that got me into actually wearing other suits besides like the default suit. Even for other games like, say, Mass Effect, I have the default, the male Shepard that you see in all the trailers for Mass Effect. That's my Shepard. I think I put a scar on his right side, and that's it. And that's my Shepard, okay? So like I'm not super into that. I will customize a little bit. Like if it's a character, I'll customize it just a bit. Rocket League, like yeah, I'll attach the antenna, I'll attach the hat to them, whatever, but I'm not like, if they don't have it or it's not super detailed, I'm not gonna like freak out about it. It's just not me. It's just not the kind of thing that I care about. For these kind of games, I care about, and it's most important, by the way, for games like this, to have that hook. To have a hook. And for Rocket League, it is basically soccer, right? It's car soccer. And that really doesn't get old. They did something so revolutionary where they literally create a sport, and sports don't really, people still watch football. People, I love hockey. Hockey's my favorite sport. I've watched hockey for the past, 12 years. I'm never going to stop until the day I die. In fact, the Buffalo Sabres won't win a Stanley Cup in the time that I'm alive, and I'm only 24. But, like that's just a situation that Rocket League has. Now, Destruction All-Stars, to its credit, it is trying to be a sport. I mean, that's literally how they set up. You're in an arena, people are watching you, there's commenters, all that kind of stuff. It's a sport. I don't know if there's enough staying power. And that's what kind of pains me the most to say is I gotta be honest with you guys. I wanted this game to be a game that lasts, because it's not dead, okay, but that lasts a very long time, that keeps going and survives into the future, like much further in the future. A lot of games I go into, even like Hitman 3, I go into thinking, okay, give me 2 to 3 weeks of enjoyment, and then I'll jump into the next game. And that's sometimes what I think of these games, like a Star Wars Squadrons this past like October. I only wanted that game, or Marvel's Avengers. I really only wanted that game to last me 3 weeks until Mafia came out, and it did. I had fun for 3 weeks, and then once a new game came out, I was like, okay, I'm done with Avengers. You know what I mean? And that's how I go into some games. I mean, obviously games that really grab my attention, I'll just play nonstop. And that's kind of what I wanted for Destruction All-Stars. I wanted this game to be one that wasn't, all right, give me a week of enjoyment, and then I'm gonna play Little Nightmares 2. But it's looking more like that now, where it's like, okay, Little Nightmares 2 comes out Thursday, but then there's like a month after that there's really absolutely nothing, so maybe I'll jump back into Destruction All-Stars. But like I don't know if I'll have that immense like feeling or like pressure to jump back in, where that's what I want. I want it to feel like, okay, every day when I am gonna go on PlayStation, I want to jump into this game. I just don't think the fundamentals are all there. Like, it's fun. I love hitting cars. I love it. I love getting better at it. I just think that, especially, I think what hurts this the most, let me just say this, and again, it's maybe not even the game's fault, is number one, the lack of modes. Because yeah, there's the 4, and then technically there's more. Like, there's the challenges. There's actually a few. There's another solo mode. There's quite a few things you can do. So it's not just 4 modes. But in reality, let's be bluntly honest. You buy. I was gonna say Rocket League. You buy Destruction All-Stars, or you install, because again, it's a free game, to play these 4 modes. That's probably what you're gonna do. That's what the majority of people are gonna do. And when 2 of them have literally nobody playing it. And then the other one, Stockpile, is kind of iffy. Carnado literally is the only one, I would say, with people playing it. And then when you jump in, you have a 50-50 shot of being on a team with one other person in which you are guaranteed to lose that match because you're just going to get destroyed. It's not fun. And then you have to quit, restart, wait another 15 minutes, go into it. And again, these are, I mean, Friday the 13th had server issues. Predator, Dead by Daylight still kind of has server issues from time to time. Like, these games, I get it. It's a multiplayer game. And again, one last time and one last thing, it's free. So this is the deal. I don't see why there's not a reason, and hopefully that's not too many negatives. Basically, I'll simplify it even more. Get this game. If you have PlayStation Plus and you have a PS5, there's really no reason why you shouldn't be adding every single game that comes out on PS Plus to your library. I do it. Now, there's many games on PS Plus that I already have, or there's many games on PS Plus I flat out do not care about. And you know what? I add every single one to my library because it's free, and you'll always have it. And I mean, it's just as simple as that. What alarms me is, and this is the last thing I'll say, and I know I already said that like 2 seconds ago, but the Sony just did their financial report, and they said that they have, 47 million PS Plus, people, and they said 85% of PS5 owners have PS Plus. So that's like, let's just say like 3.3 million. I think it's a little bit higher, maybe like 3.5 million. That's how many people. So there's 4.1 million PS5s out there. Let's say 3 to 3.5 million have PS Plus, because that's literally what they said. There should be 3 to 3.5 million people playing Destruction All-Stars. I keep saying Rocket League, playing Destruction All-Stars, and there's not. I mean, honestly, I don't even want to know how many people are playing it, but it's not 3 million, okay? And I don't know why. I guess I get it. Again, multiplayer games aren't for everybody. Every game that comes out on PS Plus isn't for everybody, right? I thought there'd be more people playing it. I do like it. I'm going to say that. At the end of this video, I do like this game. I enjoy it. I don't think it's going to last all that long, which disappoints me. Now, all that long, I'll probably still be playing this in a month. But, like, is this going to be a Rocket League? Is this going to be a Dead by Daylight? Is this going to last, like, 2 to 4 to 5, 6, is this going to last that many years? No. It's probably going to last, like, 3 to 4 months. Again, maybe it doesn't. Like Predator Hunting Grounds, I would say started pretty slow, but it rose actually quite a bit, like over the months afterwards. So maybe there is something with it that people will get this game maybe later that they didn't get it originally. I hope. So let me know, guys, in the comments below. What do you think? Do you have this game? Or do you have a PS5? Obviously, that is a big issue too. Maybe it should have been a PS4 and PS5 game, to be honest with you. But let me know what you guys think. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. And I do a brand new video on this channel every single day, and so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.